What's going on, Lego Maniacs? It's Ty, the Lego guy here, and welcome to another Lego Star Wars comparison. Today we're taking a look at all three of Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighters, starting with the 7143. It had 138 pieces, one minifigure, retailed for 20 USD, and it came out in 2002. We'll also be taking a look at the 75191, which had 825 pieces, 4 minifigures, retailed for 100 USD, and it came out in 2018. In case you're wondering why this was worth so much, it also included a hyperdrive ring. We won't be reviewing that in this comparison just because it doesn't quite fit, but I thought I'd mention it. And last but not least, we'll be comparing the 75333, which has 282 pieces, 3 minifigures, retails for 30 USD, and it came out in 2022. This one's interesting. We have 20 years, from the oldest to the newest. So we're gonna see the changes Lego's made, but enough talk, let's get right into it. And we'll begin by taking a look at the 2002. This was the very first Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter that was ever made, and it included Obi-Wan Kenobi in the classic yellow, along with R4, but only his head. Give you guys a 360 view of the ship. Very sleek design. There are no stickers in it either, which is really nice. The engines leave a little bit to be desired. I wish they would have had some light pieces stuck in there, but not the end of the world. For 2002, I feel that this was very, very well designed. And just getting into it a little bit closer, if you wanted to stick this in flight mode, you could just put in the landing gear. I will say the landing gear is a little bit flimsy, but if you mess around with it a little bit, you can get it to stand, but it folds in very nicely. And that's what it looks like from the top. Removing the cockpit, let's just show off the control panel. Pretty lackluster interior, but that's kind of true of all the Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighters. I mean, what else would you have in there besides a control panel? And again, just a lot of nice printed pieces. Some feel that this is still the best designed Jedi Starfighter, and I can definitely see the reason why some feel that way. Let's now take a look at the 2018. And here's the 2018. The minifigures that were included was Obi-Wan Kenobi, Jango Fett, along with Boba Fett, and R4. And I just wanted to mention, if you want a more detailed review where I get into the minifigures a little bit more, you can click the link in the description and it will take you to the individual reviews. But give you guys a 360 view of this Jedi Starfighter. As you can see, it is quite sleek looking as well. What I liked about it too is the engines were improved. They have light pieces in there. A lot of stickers though, tons of stickers, which is quite similar to the 2022. In fact, these two are nearly identical, but not quite, as we'll find in this review. And just getting into the ship a little bit more, the other thing that was improved with this one over the 2002 is the landing gear. Literally, if you want to stick it in flight mode, all you have to do is just fold in that piece, and it's quite sturdy. The ship also has stud shooters, and you can shoot them off like so. And then getting into the cockpit a little bit more. This was another improvement over the 2002. You could open it instead of just taking the windshield right off. And it has probably the best computer piece of the three. I'd say that the interior is a little bit better on this one than the 2002. And then you can close it like so. This is what it looks like without the landing gear in use. Overall, really like this one. It is quite comparable in size to the 2002 as well, as we'll see as we compare all three. And the last thing that I wanted to mention was the fact that you can store R4's body in the middle. Very ingenious design. If you want to take him out, you can just pop his head off and stick it on there, and he's good to go. Let's now take a look at the 2022. And we'll start by giving you guys a 360 view, just like we did with the previous two. Before we do that, it does include Obi-Wan Kenobi, along with Taun We, the very first Kaminoan, and R4, which is right there. Before I built this set, I thought it was identical or nearly identical to the 2018. However, it is not. One of the differences is it does have that little radar. Did appreciate that. That's the one that he uses to communicate with the Anakin on Tatooine. Nice looking engines. A lot of stickers on this one, just like the 2018. And it has stud shooters as well. However, I like these a bit more. Why I say that is because the stud is nearly completely encased in it, so it doesn't really show too much. And if you want to shoot it off, you can, like so. Give you guys a view of the underbelly. If you want to make it in flight, or if you want to put it in flight mode, you can by just putting in that piece. And now she's good to go. And then getting into the cockpit. Pretty similar looking to the 2018, although I will say it is a little bit smaller. Like the fact that they have this little clip to represent the headrest of the chair. Very smart. And just like the 2018, it does have an area where you can store R4's body. But yeah, that pretty well does the ship. What we'll do now is compare all three of them side by side. And here we have all three of them back to back. This was the best way I could kind of demonstrate the size differences with the three. So basically, as you can see, the 2002 and the 2018 are nearly identical in size. Whereas the 2018 and the 2022, it's not a huge difference, but the 2018 is a little bit larger, as you guys can see. This one just looks a little bit more compact. That's part of the reason why I think that the 2018 is a little bit superior to the 2022, but again, it's not a huge difference. Show these two side by side so you can kind of get what I'm saying. It's just a little bit smaller of a ship. And then the 2002 probably has the biggest amount of differences. Although they are basically identical when it comes to size, there is quite a bit of difference with 16 years and how they design the two. Although I still love the 2002. They're just different. And let's just have them all facing you guys to just demonstrate the differences. That's what they basically all look like. So overall, I do like all three of them. I think that the 2022 probably has the best features and just the small details like the radar and the headrest. But again, I feel that the 2018 kind of perfects the two. But what we're gonna do now is get into the end of the comparison and get my final thoughts. Well guys, that was my comparison. Do hope you enjoyed it. This one was very tricky to make because I like all three of these models. I think that the 2002 was excellent, especially for its age. It may be the best aged 2002 Lego Star Wars set ever made. That and the Republic gunship. The 2018, I just think it really perfected. It's the perfect mix, I think, between these two. It's a little bit bigger than the 2022, as we saw. The 2022 is not bad. I just don't quite like it as much as the 2018. It's just a little longer. Again, don't get me wrong, I think that the 2022 is good. I like the fact that the cockpit kind of, or the ship kind of makes its way to the cockpit a little bit smoother than the 2018. However, I still think that the 2018 probably the best out of these three, although it's very close. And again, the value for the 2022, especially with the minifigures, is excellent. You can't go wrong. But again, I like all three of these models. I mean, on any given day, I might think that the 2002 is better. They're all very well designed. It's just, again, this one's a little bit smaller than these two. However, I really think that they all have their positives and negatives. As far as minifigures, I think that the 2002 has the weakest, including just Obi-Wan and R4's head. And the 2018 and the 2022 both have great figures, but you're getting a better value as far as minifigures go with the 2022. But as always, let me know what your personal thoughts are on this, which one's maybe your favorite. Always interested to hear your guys' take, but that pretty well does the comparison. But if you liked it, leave it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing and click that bell so you're notified for any future Lego Star Wars comparisons, reviews. We do one of them every single Tuesday, but that's all I got for you again. But thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.